Hey there! So today I'm going to be talking about a thing about in my life that I think is really important. I'm going to be talking about what it's like being overweight and being gay at the same time. Kind of a weird thing to how I worded that, but because being overweight is a part of me, of course, which I'm trying to get rid of. I wanted to do a video about what it's like for me to be overweight and being a homosexual in a Midwestern state. So, just to kind of talk a little bit about my past, because I've changed. But basically, I used to weigh maybe like a little bit over 300 pounds, and that was like disturbing image in your head, probably, that you didn't want. But I used to be a lot bigger than I am now. I would take a shower, and I would get a look at myself naked in my mirror and be like, this is so gross. This is so nasty. Ew, 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 ew. And I would literally obsess about it, about my looks. Like, I never really, actually said that before. This is the first time I actually admitted I hated myself. So I realized about a little over a year ago now that something had to change. So I went on Amazon. And I bought myself the metric system, which I don't even use anymore. The reason I don't use it anymore is because I have a hard time sticking to something so planned out that I end up doing my own little thing. But yeah, I bought the exercise program. I started doing that. I actually liked it at the beginning, but then it just got a little bit harder to maintain because I kept doing my own thing. So after I bought that, I ended up buying some weights. And I realized I like weightlifting a whole lot more than I like doing cardio. Although I do cardio, you'll actually see me doing some cardio later on in this video. It's pretty hilarious. You'll probably die of laughter. You'll probably shut out the video because it's like, ew, fatty. Okay, just kidding. And yeah, one thing that I want to tell you a little bit about myself, and the more that you watch these videos, it'll probably be a little bit more apparent, is I like self-depreciating humor. Radical thought. I actually think my self-depreciating humor helps me maintain a healthy self-image of me in a really weird way. I don't know why, but when I say it, it's like it doesn't even bother me anymore. Probably because I was so used to it in high school. Sad. So, I used to be really self-conscious, like I was just sharing. Like, I would look, as I said, I would look at myself in the mirror and I would just cry. I'd go back to bed. I'd fall asleep. I was technically, depressed because I was pretty fat. Like I said, I used to weigh a little over 300. The last time I weighed myself was maybe 3-4 weeks ago. And I actually came down to 268. And I was like, oh my god, yay! Because that means I'm doing something right. And that's another part of this video. I'm actually going to share what I am doing so that it could encourage you to make some healthier choices. Before I get into that, I just wanted to say, in the LGBT community, and I think a lot of people can vouch for this, is that we're probably way more judgmental than we admit. When I first started doing gay things, oh, that did not sound right. Oh, but when I first started admitting to myself, yes, Derek, you are a flaming gay man, I got to see a lot of that judgment, like, oh, you look like a walrus, or you're fat. Thank you for that. Thank you for telling me something I know. So anyways, it was like that at first. Yeah. So after a while, I actually met a few people that actually were into fat people. I didn't even know such a thing existed. But yes, there are people that actually enjoy fat people. So I'm like, yay, that's so cool. So as a result, I really just didn't care about my body at all because I'm like, I like the attention I'm already getting. I like the fact that people are acknowledging me, and they find it attractive. But that kind of really got old. A little over a year ago is when I started making some healthier choices, and I'm still doing healthier choices. I'm trying to do something different, like in terms of health. Like I try to integrate something new, like maybe like every month, just so I don't get stuck in this rut. Um, but anyways, I totally lost my train of thought. Yeah. Oh yeah, so the when I started living on my own, that was kind of when I realized, yeah, we need to do something about it. Went on Amazon, bought the stuff that I mentioned, the weights, the metric system, and I started like, I don't know, like appreciating myself a lot more. I started feeling better about myself. I started feeling a lot more healthier. Yeah, it's just amazing, and that's motivation for me. Is doing new things for health, doing new things for exercise, which is why I just can't stick to any one exercise program because I get so bored doing the same thing all the time that I end up doing my own little thing, which I think is probably the best way to go. So advice, which I don't normally give out, some advice that I've got for you: if you're doing an exercise program, you don't always have to stick with that exercise program. Do something completely different the next day. I mean, it's been helping me, so I mean, yeah, I still look overweight, but I don't care anymore because I know I'm being healthier. I'm eating a lot better than I used to. Yeah, so that kind of brings into the next thing, like eating healthy. Um, I was the kind of person that would turn on the television during lunchtime. I would make something like a sandwich, or worse, making pizza. I'm not saying anything wrong with pizza, so don't get me wrong with that. But I would just sit there, veg out on the couch, and eat. And I would finish that whole pizza in like under like 21 minutes. There'd be like 9, 10 minutes left of the show. And so I'm like, crap, this episode isn't finished. So go into the kitchen and grab some potato chips. That is a bad thing to do. It's not the healthiest. It's not the healthiest thing to do. Oh, so yeah, I still like eat and watch TV at the same time, even though a lot of like experts like say against it. But yeah. Well, anyways, the point is I've been eating a whole lot healthier, and I'm just going to encourage you to do the same. It is possible. Lettuce isn't all that expensive. Carrots are not all that expensive. So you really have to budget eating healthy. But yeah, I'm actually in a few moments, I'm actually going to show you what an average meal may look like, and if I want a snack, what I usually go for. So, oh, and before I actually get up and show you what I do, I just want to put a disclaimer. I am not fat shaming anyone. I'm just saying that, if it's okay to be proud of your body. The only thing that I'm wondering is, what are your choices, and are you actually like happy? Like, are you sick all the time because you're overweight? And like I said, I'm not fat shaming anyone. I'm really not. I just desire for people to love their bodies and be healthy at the same time. It's perfectly fine to love your body, but we do need to start looking at what we're putting in our body and what we're doing, like when it comes to like activity and stuff. So anyways, let's go into the kitchen so I can show you how I bitch, because I'm bitching in the kitchen. Okay, yeah, that became lame like 10 years ago. I love my apartment. Okay, so this is my Barbie doll sized kitchen. As much as I don't like the size of it, I actually do like my kitchen a lot. Oh, I want to show you this. So I got this little, well, not little, but it's a coffee table, and I turned it into a coffee bar. because I am addicted to coffee. All right, so what does Derek typically eat, and how is he maintaining this sexy body? Okay, it's not that sexy. All right, so while I'm doing this, I'm also going to be hinting at some things that you can do yourself. First thing that I want to start with is a routine that I do in the morning. I'll get up, I will go outside, get some fresh air, and then I will come back in and I will fill up a 16-ounce glass of water, because this is probably your foundation. We need to be drinking a lot of water. This is 1 gallon of water. So I usually drink like 1 gallon of water. Towards the end of the day, I will fill up the pitcher with water until maybe about here, I guess. Put the lid back on, obviously, and put it back in the fridge because I love freezing cold water. As you probably saw, there is some ice in that. So that's the first thing that I do is drink the water. And when I'm drinking it, I usually take my vitamins and other thingies. So I do my turmeric. Oh, so turmeric thingy. This is what I actually tried this morning. I actually heard about it on the radio last night. Apparently, when you're taking turmeric, if you want the full effects of it, you should actually have, I think it was a teaspoon of black pepper when you're taking turmeric, because it stays in your body longer. So I did that, and as a result, I think my concentration's a whole lot better. Like it was when I first started taking turmeric. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. So yeah, this is a major part of my nutrition and vitamins and all that fun stuff. Supplements. Next thing, okay, this is biotin. No one cares about biotin. Next thing that I take in the morning is Next thing I take is green tea extract. I remember a long time ago, I loved green tea, and I knew about the effects that it had on metabolism. So I had a friend get me some green tea extract, and I've been taking this for maybe almost a year now. And I kid you not, my metabolism went up really, really quickly. I would get hungry every hour. Not knowing how to deal with that, I would just keep eating. But turns out, obviously, I mean, I don't know how I didn't know this before, but actually, when you think you're hungry, you're probably really not. You're actually thirsty, which is why we need to be drinking a whole lot of water. Because for me, drinking all that water acts as an appetite suppressant. So those are some of the supplements that I take. I also do some creatine powder. I do some other stuff too to help me gain a little bit more muscle. That's actually kind of another thing that I'm working on too, is just being stronger and, I don't know, being healthier. Obviously, you got to do cardio too. So next thing that I like taking is protein powder. This stuff is actually really good. I bought this on Amazon. Yeah, I bought this on Amazon. Thinking, yeah, it's gonna taste pretty average. It's gonna be maybe a little bit mediocre. Actually, it's probably really awesome. I love taking this stuff. There's alanine, arginine, aspartic acid, something I can't pronounce, and other things that I cannot pronounce. But there's all I'm reading the acid profile. But pea protein, it's a vegetarian-based protein. Protein is a big part of my diet. I love ground turkey. I like making burgers out of them. Oh yeah, speaking of burgers, obviously, a lot of people, when they think burgers, they think they need to have this, really, big bun, kind of. But you don't need that big bun. You can just get a bunch of tortillas and use that. Or you can be like those Atkins people and use lettuce for a bread. You can eat the stuff that you love, but you need to modify it if you really want to lose some weight. And since I started modifying, I can actually see my weight kind of shrinking. A lot of people at my church say that I look so much better because of the things that I've been doing. Brown rice instead of white rice. I don't necessarily like brown rice because it tastes so ew. But this is something that I know if I eat more of it, I'll actually grow to appreciate it. It's kind of like sushi. I hated sushi and now I love it because I actually started eating it more often. So yes, brown rice. That's, if you like rice, you should eat the brown stuff instead of that white stuff. Another thing that I like is this. What this is, it's a greens drink mix. One of the things that I also do for helping me lose some weight is I fast 1 day a week. That's when I probably drink the most water. Like I just mentioned, I usually drink 1 gallon a day. When I'm fasting, I usually drink either 1.5 gallons to 2. I also will drink this too, just so I know that I'm not going to like keel over and die when I'm sleeping because of like lack of nutrition. But the fasting days is kind of to cleanse your body. I've been drinking this again. Same testimony when I was showing the protein stuff. I thought I'd hate it because it was was a little bit bland. But actually, this stuff isn't not too bad either. A friend of mine gave this to me. So what is all in this? I've actually never looked. So there is oat, there's wheat, alfalfa. I love saying alfalfa. There's alfalfa. There's organic spirulina, whatever in the heck that is. Organic chlorella. Oh yeah, chlorella. Organic dulse. So it's organic blends. It works as an anti. Oh, no way. There's green tea extract in this. That is so cool. So I'll be getting double the dosage of my green tea when I am doing my fasting days. So yeah, that's kind of what I do. I also enjoy, like if I want a snack or something, like I said, protein buff. So I'll usually like grab one of these. I'll eat these if I want a snack or something. Yeah. And then of course, like, you know, when I first started doing this weight thing, when I first started being serious about what I'm doing to be healthy, my church has donuts in the morning, so I'm like, crap, I gotta get rid of donuts completely. I was talking with someone from church, like what I can do, like when it comes to the temptations and stuff. And it's actually recommended that you should allow yourself a cheat day every like once in a while, because you're gonna go crazy. I mean, the American diet is just so filled with sugar and salt, and it's just so not really great for you. But if you completely like abstain from that stuff that you loved, you will more than likely probably develop a little bit of depression and having anxiety issues for a long time. When I was kind of abstaining completely from sugar, I actually had a lot more panic attacks. So I mean, and in a perfect world, I would probably like have a donut a month, but instead I end up having a donut a week. My alternative, of course, is I can just grab some fruit. I do like fruit. Blueberries are one of my favorites. I also really like strawberries. Any berry, really. I love berries. Bananas are probably my all-time favorite. So yeah, there's also that. But at the same time, you know, if you're not indulging like maybe like once a month, you're probably going to go a little bit crazy. And I know I did. So I've been really limiting like what I've been eating, like when it comes to sugar stuff and baked goods. My huge Achilles heel, by the way, cinnamon or caramel rolls. Those are my Achilles heel. So yeah, that's the diet of Derek L. Davis. Yeah. And then I just want to conclude this video because I want to thank a YouTuber that I've been watching a lot lately. And the guy's name is Shane Dawson. He's been really like an inspiring person for me to watch on YouTube. And why he's inspiring to me is because I actually seen some of his videos where he talks about where he was overweight. And that just, even though I watched it like months after I decided to make this decision, it motivated myself to continue to be healthier. Also, Shane's a big influence on this is because watching his videos motivated me to start my own thing, because I do have a lot of opinions, I do have an interesting life, and I wanted to share that on YouTube. So Shane, I highly doubt you're watching this, but I just wanted to thank you for inspiring me and for just the awesome, unique videos that I have been watching. You are truly an artist. I love it. And I want to buy one of his books, but I just don't have the money right now. So yeah, one more thing that I wanted to say too is, as I've been saying, I've been watching a lot of YouTube people. And one of the other YouTubers I've been watching too. Oh, reason why I've been watching a lot of YouTube. I usually can't talk. But one of the main reasons why I've been watching a lot of YouTube is because I wanted to see what other styles, how other people do their YouTube videos. So I've been kind of getting ideas from that, like what I could do for videos, how I should present myself when I'm doing videos, and basically what I've learned is be yourself. So if you want to really do videos, be yourself. I mean, it's okay if you don't have like 500,000 subscribers like some people. It's okay to just have one, or two, or three. I have one subscriber, but I just started my thing, so I'm hoping, I'm praying that it grows. So once again, thank you, Shane. And oh yeah, the other YouTuber that I've been watching is this guy named Hunter. I'm just gonna say that because I know I will kill his last name if I try to say it. But Hunter, for me, he's really like not someone that I would normally watch because I don't agree with some of his videos. And I've been thinking about why I've been watching him. Why am I watching someone that I don't agree with? And this is actually going to be the topic of a future video. So this is why I'm talking about it now. Is I feel in this day and age that we live in, that we need to start exposing ourselves more to things that we do not agree with. We need, and I'm going to repeat it, we need to expose ourselves to things that we don't agree with. And there's a couple of reasons why I'm promoting this idea. Number one, why we need to watch things or read things that we don't agree with is that it solidifies why we have our opinions in the first place. Number two, discipline. Because let's face it, when we're presented with something that we don't necessarily like, when we're presented with stuff we don't agree with, we immediately start biting. We become violent. We are protecting ourselves. We need to stop biting, because then it just creates chaos, essentially. So in a future video, I want to talk about this a little bit more. In this video, I will be sharing like things that I do to keep myself from biting off someone's head. I'm going to talk about the psychological benefits of exposing ourselves to things that we don't agree with, because I think it's really important, especially in the 21st century, that we do start learning healthier ways to manage ourselves and to be more aware of how we're communicating our opinions and how we communicate why we don't disagree with something. Thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate it. So if you like this video, obviously hit that like button. You can also subscribe to me on Twitter at It's Derek L. Davis. You can even check out my Facebook, Derek L. Davis, because I'm obsessed with my middle initial, and that's perfectly okay. Thank you so much. I love every one of you. Be blessed.
You will hurt